Whew. Hi Virgo. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Sierra. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We have a little bit of everything here. Be sure to check out your rising as well as your moon sign as I continue to upload. It's been a little difficult trying to upload videos, but I will do the best that I can to get them out as quickly as possible. Anyway, like I said, let's get started. You have a little bit of everything here. You have 3 major arcana, couple of wands, a pentacle, a sword, a cup. So looking at your first week of April here, you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups as your clarification or your insight card. So with the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like some of you guys are going to be getting recognized professionally. You're going to start seeing some success come your way in your career. And it could be because, well, not because of, but you may have a water sign individual who is a partner with you, or your boss may be a water sign. Anyway, the 3 of Pentacles talks about employment, networking, talks about acceptance into a school or some sort of organization. So maybe some of you watching are students. But the 2 of Cups does also talk about a union or a collaboration of some sort. So I feel like for some of you Virgos, you may be coming into a partnership with a water sign, or a water sign is going to be recognizing you professionally at work. You may start to see some of the fruits of your labor coming into fruition in the month of April. So moving on to your second week, you have the Emperor and the 6 of Swords. So with the Emperor here, the Emperor is a very powerful card. It's a very masculine card. I feel like some of you are going to be taking charge of some sort of situation. It could be a career situation. It could be something entirely different. But be careful here of being too aggressive or too dominant in your approach. You don't want to rub people the wrong way. With the 6 of Swords as your insight card, it talks about passing through a difficult trial. So maybe some of you Virgos are not used to asserting yourself in this forthright manner. Maybe some of you are a little bit more shy, a little bit more quiet, and you've passed through this trial. You've ascended this stage of maybe being a little quiet or passive, and now you really want to get out there and assert yourself in and have a more powerful presence. Six of Swords also talks about being held back or burdened by certain circumstances or people. With that being said, this individual that you find maybe is holding you back may be an earth sign person. It also talks about having unresolved emotional issues that may be causing you to act out in an aggressive and dominant way. So just be careful of that, Virgo. moving into your third week of April, you have the Strength card and the High Priestess. So I see a lot of you guys overcoming this emotional trauma with the Strength card here. And some of you may be attracted to a Leo. You may be looking at a Leo, fantasizing about a Leo. For others of you with the High Priestess here, the High Priestess is a very spiritually enlightened card. It talks about intuition, spiritual guidance. Some of you may be having some sort of intuition about a Leo person. Or maybe with this business thing, or with this situation in the second week, you have some sort of intuitive insight that gives you strength and sort of helps you to better process all of this. I also noticed that the Strength card and the Two of Swords are sort of, they're facing each other, and they almost look like they're reaching out to each other. So leading into the last week of April with the Two of Wands talks about discontentment. Feeling like you have outward success, but on the inside you're not really happy. It talks about division of thought. You probably can't really see, but he has this bird resting on his hand. He's looking at the bird endearingly, but he is also tied to these two wands, these two posts coming out of the ground. So, you know, it seems like he's content and he's happy on the outside, but then you get a little closer and you see that he's tied to these two posts. He can't go anywhere, he can't leave. Some of you guys may be feeling that way in the last week of April. Two of Wands talks about continuing to move forward even though your heart is not in it. Your mind is elsewhere. And the reason why I brought up the two of these facing each other is that some of you are going to have to carry that strength over into the final week of April and get out of this situation, get out of this mentality. You have every capability of releasing yourself from these two posts. You just need to find the strength to do so. You don't have to remain stuck if that's not what you want. With the Queen of Wands here, this could be an air sign individual. The Queen of Wands talks about releasing attachments and becoming more sure of oneself. So again, I feel like the Strength card is carrying over into the last week. I feel like for Virgo, you guys are sort of you're gonna be okay. It may feel in this second week here that, you know, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You have to go through this difficult trial. But I feel like you guys are gonna be okay, and you guys are gonna come into your own. You're gonna feel more stable. You're gonna feel more like yourself come the end of the month. So I'm gonna pull you an additional card here. This is the Plant Ally deck by McLoughlin. Any additional insight for Virgo in the month of April 2017? What additional guidance do you have for Virgo? Please make it clear. Ooh, you got two that wanted to come out. Oh, just kidding, 3. Okay. I was hiding under there. Okay, so you have discernment, empower, and delight. I think Aquarius also had these two, either Aquarius or Gemini. Let's start with discernment. It says, realize your powers of clear perception by mastering the impulses that impair good judgment. Water only those things that sustain and help you to thrive. Okay, so with empower, you have empower optimism and exuberance to tap into your personal resilience. This can-do mentality will serve you well and create happiness. Be responsive in the moment. Delight in the simple joys that enchant the senses. Slow down and smell the flowers. Okay. So, discernment. Well, for one, Virgo, I see you dealing with a lot of people in the month of April. You have a water sign here, potential earth sign here, potential Leo here, air sign here, you know, and I feel like you need to discern who is Team Virgo here, who is going to get you to where you need to be emotionally, energetically, to where you feel more imbalanced, you feel more sure about yourself. Who's going to empower you in the month of April? Could definitely be this water sign that helps you in your career. This Leo who maybe shows you strength, shows you how to stand up for yourself. And, you know, overall, just who makes you happy. So, I hope that helped. Please stay tuned as I continue to upload, and thank you so much for joining me today. Bye, Virgo.